Good evening from InvestSharp.com. This is Randy Smotone with your Tuesday, January the 18th market update. So we had another up day in the market, which seems to be the norm every day now. It's quite impressive. So we had the dollar and oil were mostly flat today. Gold and silver were up, and copper was down. Light Sweet crude futures were down a whole 16 cents to settle at $91.28 a barrel. So taking a look at the dollar ETF UUP, it did come off. It actually was a lot weaker and then has come off its lows, but it wound up just kind of mostly flat on the day. Take a quick look at the point and figure chart. No changes here. Now when we print a 93 on crude, then we'll have a little double top breakout here, and we still have that bullish price objective of 105 a barrel. To start off with the Dow, since it had the large percent gain today, and which it had lagged all last week, so it's kind of due for a pop. And so you see here, breaking higher, looking good, up about 50 points, 11,837. Take a look at the S&P. S&P also, moving a little higher here. Don't know, probably just rip this trend line, maybe, who knows. I still think there should be some level of resistance around that 1300 level, maybe 1305. And that dates back for a couple of years ago, so, and I've showed it on here before. The NASDAQ also taking out the previous high, moving higher, looks good. And then the Russell was actually the weakest today, but it's been pretty strong. And then it was just basically flat on the day, right? So right at 807. So continue to hold up well. Volume was less than average daily volume, except for on the Qs. Qs volume was up by almost 38% higher than average daily volume. So lots of volume in the Qs. Take a look at gold via GLD. A little bounce today, still holding right through here. Right, this we had the breakdown, went and tested the trend line, got rejected, and then we're still holding this 132.50 or so. See if we continue to hold that, but gold has held up pretty well today. Silver, same thing, still kind of holding up right here across these levels here, right? Copper just a little doji, just neutral buying and selling. Doesn't mean much of anything, but holding up well also. And then the euro via the FXE, the euro ETF, had a breakout higher over this trend line and then pulled back and had about average volume today. So did pull back, tried to take out the trend line in the morning, and pulled back. And then the volatility index, the VIX. So VIX actually had a little bit of a bounce, up 2.65%. Still pretty low overall. Take a look at the McClellan oscillator. Even though as slow as we're moving, it hasn't been moving much. We're going to look at the NYSE McClellan. Right, so we're still very neutral. That seems to be kind of what stays here since we've had these slow grind higher. Look at the sectors. So 12 of the 16 sectors we follow finished in the green. Internet index had a large percent gain, up 1.76%. Take a look at Google, GOG. That's the reason the internet index was up so much. Bank index was the weakest, down 1.15%. Over to chart watch. There's a whole lot of stuff breaking out, of course, so I tried to find some that either just started breaking out or some that look like they're about to break out. So trying to find some kind of setups here. So watch TCK, has a nice ascending pattern here, so watch for it to break out over this previous high, a little over 65, about 65.37. SanDisk, same thing, another ascending pattern, watch for a breakout higher. InTap actually did have a little breakout, and it's just holding up fine there, kind of resting. Could be waiting for the next move higher, so it looks good. BEXP needs to take out this trend line to the upside. Then a lot of these real estate investment trusts, AMB and property management companies, all, it took out this high, and it did break out today with some volume, but it's just kind of starting, so it should have possibly a couple of moves higher, a couple of days of moving up higher if it follows through. SLG, another one that's, this one already had the breakout last week, but it's still holding the breakout, and it's looking really good here. And BXP, Boston Properties. So I had a breakout, right? Touched here and here, broke out here, had a lot of volume on it, and then it ran into some previous high here as a little resistance, but it looks like it wants probably higher prices. RRC still hanging tough. I like this pattern a lot, and it's been kind of taking a little rest here as it broke higher. It's in this rising wedge, but it also has holding this trend line here, also support. I've showed this one before, but I really like that one. Where am I at? Cameron, another one that looking really good for some higher prices, holding the breakout, just tight little consolidation, little string, seeing that a lot. Acme Packet, same thing, just a little doji string across there, holding up well. Let's see, SLG, already did that one. VRSN, VeriSign. So watch for a break above today's high with some volume and taking out that downtrend line. Qualcomm looks like it's about to break out higher. The volume actually came in today, and so in it 5303 closed right at the prior high, so watch for it to take that out with some volume possibly tomorrow. MCP, watching this bounce here off the 30, kind of keep an eye on that. It kind of looks interesting. And REE also another one, you know, getting this little bit of a bounce off the 30 today. It looks like it has a little dragonfly doji, which usually means it wants to go higher, so flies higher. And see, Q Logic, this thing has just been, you know, incredible volume up to here post earnings, and you can see I've been watching. I really like this pattern here. It's been working in this ascending pattern for quite some time, so possibly any type of flag or anything. RSG, Republic Services, another one I like. It's got a little bit of a cup and handle here, and also, you know, in this triangular pattern, had a nice breakout today with volume. It should be early on the breakout. Caterpillar breaking out today. Lots and lots of volume behind Cat breaking out today. It had been basically consolidating for a month. This is back to December the 14th, right? So it should be ready for continuous next move higher. SLB had a nice breakout last Friday, and then it had this doji today holding up really well. And then, of course, Kramer was just pumping it, so it's up another 1% after hours on about 635,000 shares. So it's up to about 87.63 now. So, but it should have some higher prices as long as the market continues. And of course, once it gets through earnings, we'll see what happens at earnings. BCR, really like this one. Lots of volume, taking out the downtrend line. I talked about this one as well on the watch list, and I like the weekly here. Right, it took out the big breakout through the weekly. This is a weekly trend line, held it up, so that one's looking really good as well. And Netflix holding up well, so yeah, not moving real fast right now, but it continues to hold up well. Apache looking really good, holding up well. Looks like it wants higher. Occidental Petroleum breaking out above this downtrend line today. It's been holding up pretty well too, and of course now it's breaking out of this little triangle. And ConocoPhillips, this one I probably wait for it to, you know, it's working as well. I'd probably wait for it to break out above this 69 area or so. See, it got up to 68.99 there, 68.81. So yeah, wait for it to break out here with the volume, but it's not that far away, so you want to keep it on your radar. All right, economic day today. The only tomorrow, the only thing I'll probably be really watching that much is the housing starts. That'll be, you know, some monthly housing starts. That'll start, that will be at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. That's the only one I watch. We get some other data tomorrow, but I don't read book, and so I don't watch that stuff that closely. And see, take a look at the market signals. We'll take a look at the market signals. The price objective, because of the Dow going higher like it did today, the price objective on the Dow has increased again here. We're now at 13,700 as a price objective, and this is no time frame on point and figure, and that's just the price objective per the chart that it's calculated. So, and of course these haven't changed. Obviously all these are on buy signals, and these are the price objectives. So at the rate we're going, we may achieve them. So, because it's been quite an incredible run. Alrighty, so that is it for today. Thanks for watching.